Hello, Catherine, and thanks very much for joining us on Blue Notes. And culture, talent and engagement, they're increasingly recognised as essential to sustainable growth in business, but they're still considered, sometimes soft elements. So should investors be thinking differently about these roles now and about the program that you're trying to implement?
They absolutely should be. I think that's the point of view certainly of Shane and the executive team and the board here at ANZ, is that those things are fundamental to the success of a business. And if you think about some of the changes that we're going to be needing to make, and in fact a number of corporates are needing to make around becoming more agile, around responding to digital challenges, we need to fundamentally change the way that organisations work and change the culture and bring on board new talent and different skills and capabilities. And so those things are actually going to be critical to the success of transformation. And in fact, there's hard data around some of these things. We know that an engaged workforce will give, it's not only a more enjoyable way to be, but it also, teams that are engaged tend to give that extra discretionary effort, against the work that they're doing. And there's actual data that supports that. So there's a metric around employee advocacy or employee net promoter scores. And those organisations that have higher employer engagement, advocacy, actually also have higher customer advocacy and support for the business, but also hard financial outcomes like better revenue growth. So these things aren't just soft and fluffy, they're not nice to have, they're actually fundamental to the success of business.
And that, as you say, that research is now, it's widely accepted, it's very credible research. It's happening across a lot of industries. Is the banking industry different in how it's experiencing this change, this transformation?
I think there are a couple of interesting nuances for the banking industry, actually. I think one will be, a number of industries, as I said, are facing digital disruption and even some of the challenges like slow growth and a number of the things that we're staring into. I think the need to become more agile and adapt more quickly in a faster paced digital world, I think may present some unique challenges in the banking industry when banks by nature and by stereotype tend to have a more conservative and cautious culture and for good reason. That need to be more nimble and faster paced will create challenges for the banking industry, and so we need to be careful that we're doing that in a way that's appropriate and it's right for us in this industry. I think there's another really interesting theme if you take a people perspective, and that's one around trust. If you think about it, our customers place a huge trust. They trust us with their livelihoods. And we play a huge role in society and keeping society running. And there's been incidents, in recent times that have caused people to question that level of trust. If you fast forward 5 years from now, people are going to have a lot more options, and it's going to be easier for customers to switch. And so we need to be really careful and thoughtful in the banking industry that everything that we do as we're transforming that industry has customer right at the heart of it, and that the changes that we're making are actually rebuilding, regaining, deepening that sense of trust in the banks so that when they have the options and choices, they choose to stay with us.